better stand back and watch her run. Shotgun come with the option. Send big blitz, nobody blocking. Big win, that's a ring.
Today, from Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Carolina Panthers taking on the Green Bay Packers.
The Carolina Rains have arrived as we are inside a soggy Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the Green Bay Packers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. Here comes Grant on the return. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. As we take a peek at Sam Darnold, the former USC Trojan and third pick in the 2018 draft.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Darnold on first down. He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Faking the give, Darnold. He finds Smith out of the backfield. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Sullivan. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. The numbers for him from a week ago: 7 catches, 81 yards, and a touchdown. Again, Darnold.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Darnold now to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. Looking to throw again on second down. Darnold. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The numbers for Green a week ago: 21 carries, 97 yards.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football. Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
They'll run on first down. 3. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete, and he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
We're scoreless after 1. They'll throw on first down with Favre. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes a flag. Clearly wasn't it. Outside of the tackle box, there's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Here's Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the catch good. It's Eifert. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Kuhn. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They run again with Kuhn. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. It's the fullback. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he will bowl his way in there for the 2 points. Nothing fancy there on that 2-point try. Give it to the big boy, let him go to work.
That almost felt like sandlot football that we used to play, didn't it? Biggest guy on your team who can carry the ball, hand it to him and let him rumble.
Nobody picked me on the sandlot football team.
You were quarterback, and I know better.
I was the water boy. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it?
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Sullivan. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. With it is Brown. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. So here are the Packers. To take over. They were losers last time out to the 49ers, but right now they're on the right side of the scoreboard as they start out 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. On 1st down, Green. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Pass incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. And he's taken down inside the 30.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. First down, and they go back to Harris. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On play action, now Rodgers. He'll buy some time, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sand. To throw, it's Rodgers. Got his man, it's Eifert. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
Well, so much for holding them to a field goal. The pressure they got home on the previous play didn't hear, and that bought their quarterback some time to find a receiver, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken just shy of the 10. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Carolina offense about ready to go. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And it's complete, right back in the hands of Smith. The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now. Throwing again is Darnold. And this one complete to Smith. First down now, but that clock rolling. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. To throw again on second down. Darnold. And he's got the hook up to Moore. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Darnold from the gun. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Dean Lowry just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Throwing on second and long. Darnold, it's caught. Smith. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. A great job there, Charles, just to hold on, absorb that contact. I guess that's the risk you take catching the ball toward the middle of the field. It is, and if you're going to gain yardage, you're going to have to go there at some point. But how about the read, okay? The eyes of that play. And this is going to be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where you see the final score there. Devontae Smith, well over 100 yards receiving with 3 touchdown catches. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Tom Brady, sharp as ever. He's got 2 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Buffalo Bills. Deshaun Watson, responsible for the lone touchdown in the game thus far as he's thrown a touchdown pass. In our game has been Aaron Rodgers, who was on target in the first half. His guys have a 2-touchdown lead as we hand it back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And the Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Touchdown, Packers! Antonio Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This time, the extra point up and good. And it's now 21-0. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken from about the 12. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Darnold. He'll find the tight end Sullivan complete.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Now Darnold going to take it and just bat this one forward to his wideout. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Well, I think the hope is, you know, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
You know, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And they regroup defensively after the broken tackle, getting to him just beyond the 45. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now. Well, look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football, but right now they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. They'll find Swift out of the backfield. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
They get this to Smith on the jet sweep, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Over the middle, complete. That's Sullivan. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
From the 17, Darnold. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Sullivan. And the Panthers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. To throw is Darnold. Looking sideline, incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Dean Lowry able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. Back to throw, Darnold. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Panthers are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, he can't hold him.
Again, it's Harris on second down. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Packers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Rodgers now to throw. Caught by Nelson. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Here's Rodgers to throw. Short pass, Eifert on the receiving end. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
So that one will be accepted. Throwing now is Rodgers. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. They're going to hurry back to the line now. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. 3rd and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Packers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The return man is Grant. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Off of play action, Darnold. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Sullivan. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Darnold. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. After the sack on first down, Darnold, he finds his man, complete. That's more. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Third and long, it's Darnold. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Fourth down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. And this is caught. He hits more. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Now the try here for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. That time a 6-play drive. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Now a first down carry for Harris. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Rodgers throwing here. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Rodgers going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 39. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, two-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw than to try and run against it. In any event, I think you're exactly right. Now, the other team can pad their stats, but I don't think they're going to win.
Yeah, but still, don't change the channel just yet. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Darnold to throw. This is caught. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. One last throw now for Darnold. And this is going to be caught. So offensive final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Won't be enough, but here's a final chance at the extra point. It's up and it's good, but it won't matter. This 7 is as close as they're going to get, and this game is over. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play. But still, all for naught, really. Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point? Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly. It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done. So for Green Bay, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they drop below 500 to 2-3.
today. From Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Miami Dolphins taking on the Los Angeles Rams.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their Dolphins emerging from the Hard Rock Stadium tunnels, and we're ready to go as the Dolphins get set to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. The defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I've not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Williams. Williams is going to have the first down and a little more. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. 58 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. He's off to a great start here in this first quarter. It seems like this defense is probably going to have trouble containing him.
I would agree with that. I love the observation. And here's the thing. Their game plan coming to fruition. You knew that they came in thinking that they could run it. And now they're proving that they can and doing it in a big way.
Now the former Washington Husky. Here's Myles Gaskin. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? What he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Taken in at the 3. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So now the Rams will get their first opportunity with a football. And they'll be let out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
coming off of a loss their last time out. I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Now Warner. And the Dolphins rush gets home, down he goes. John Jenkins. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. They were trying to set up that screen, trying to get that screen to formulate. Took too long.
Ends up taking a sack, and that leads you to a couple of other questions. Number one, why don't you just get rid of the football near the screen guy so that you don't take an interception? But really, the big one, they just took everything away, and he was really kind of flummoxed on that play and ended up taking the sack.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 99 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. Williams. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. With his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Dolphins have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Taking it about the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. They find themselves in a good-size hole here, and a good-size hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Holt. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup there. This defense for the Dolphins, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
Yeah, they held them to well under 200 yards of total offense, and in today's NFL, that's a feat to be proud of, especially with the emphasis on offense and what we're seeing each and every week, that great creativity and usual productivity.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 25 carries, 87 yards.
And give him a ton of credit. He's running the ball really well. But I look at those guys up front. That unit is truly playing as just that. Every move that they make, their teammate understands what that move means and what they need to do. And right now, they're starting to grind it out pretty well.
Warner. They'll get is complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now a first down throw. Warner setting up the screen to Dickerson. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Second down at 7. Now Warner gets this into the hands of the tight end Higbee. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins 16.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
To throw, Warner. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So now the Rams send out the field goal team here. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So not exactly the response they were hoping for, but they'll take the 3 to at least get them on the score sheet.
Yeah, now's not the time to panic. All is well. Somewhat calm. Only down 14-0. So continue to play your game, take the points when they're there, and put the emphasis on your defense to go out and get you the football back.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And with the day he's having, as we look at some of these highlights, maybe he wants to duplicate this pregame meal next week.
Whatever it is, guaranteed he will ask for the exact same thing each and every week as long as he continues to run like that. Sometimes it's that simple, partner.
Yeah.
And
you know how superstitious these guys can be.
Oh, there's no doubt, right? If you put your left sock on first and you have this kind of game, you'll keep doing it. In this case, let's investigate that pregame meal. We might need some of that.
Yeah, right. It's working. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. On second down now, it's Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
Marino will look to throw on first. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. That's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Now Marino to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Underwood. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 28. Marino will throw. Flush to his right. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. So what a first half that he has had running the football. That now 3 touchdown runs.
And I would anticipate that when they get down in the red zone, he's going to get more chances as this game goes on. And I think that the guys blocking for him are going to ask for him to get more chances. They like the rhythm they've developed.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Here's Smith to return it. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Here's Warner. Getting this into the hands of Eric Dickerson. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll kick it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. A chance for Waddle on the return. Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Now it's Marino. Sliding out of the pocket. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talked about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know the funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
On 1st and 10, it's Marino. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
This one complete to Jalen Waddle.
And now they're in the hurry-up. Again, it's Marino. hits him in stride. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. First down, Marino. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good. And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon. Thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, and it is the Jets who have the lead late in the second quarter. James Morgan, responsible for the lone touchdown in the game thus far as he's thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we head over to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Carolina Panthers. Cam Newton with a couple of touchdown passes there. Lastly, let's check in on our nation's capital to see what's happening with the Washington football team at home at FedEx Field. And right now they have the lead over the visiting New York Giants. De'Ami Brown, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race, very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
On second down, Dickerson. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Warner to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Holt. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. A play fake. Now Warner.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Xavier Howard.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 33.
The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
They begin the drive with Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
117 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. Williams. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Flushed out right. The ball comes out, and now the Rams have got it, going the other way. Well, number one on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the third, that right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic Oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Dickerson on the handoff. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. To throw on 2nd down, Warner. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
It'll be Warner on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. To throw. Warner. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. John Jenkins. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner. And I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. And it's taken in at the 9. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Miami set to take over.
And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead, but coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 3rd down, Marino. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
And while we may to be looking at the scoreboard. This offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On second down, Warner. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take over here up near the 40. That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation point, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
On second down, Williams. The Dolphins on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Again, it's Williams. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. And they're going to speed things up here. Marino off of play action. Rolling to his right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is 3rd and 9. On the handoff, it's Gaskin. They find some open field here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Here's Gaskin. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. This is Gaskin on the carry. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll run it with Williams. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Williams again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Third and goal, Marino. The quick slant caught. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
I don't care what the analytics say. Look at where they are on the field. To me, that just screams go for it here. I don't even think about putting a kicker out there. What say you?
I support whatever they do. Let's find out.
Look at you, man of the people.
And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. He had 3 touchdowns already, but won't get a 4th here. And this Rams defense comes up with a goal line stand.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This one to the left to Higbee. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
On 1st and 10, Warner. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Warner. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up. Back to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Holt, and he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Going up top. And a high throw there as this is knocked away. Down to the ground and incomplete. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. And I don't quite know what's happening here. It's a 1st down, but the field goal team is out onto the field. He connected on his first, this from 41. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Here's Smith to return it, and he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their under pressure, and down he goes. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Got a man. It's Higbee, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Dolphins get the football in great field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. 144 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and Williams loses the football. And now the Rams have got it going the other way. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you give a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
Finding some room at midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him. Complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
Again, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Looking to throw on set under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Dolphins,
they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign.
And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Chicago Bears next week. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-.